Good morning, year 3. How are you? Let's start our session quickly today. Okay, as we said before that we are talking about materials. We said that what does it mean by materials? I'm sorry. Materials, they are what are things made from. The main thing, it's made from a material. For example, the door, it's made of wood, right? The hammer, it's made of wood, part of it, and part it's made of metal. So the material, it's the thing which the main thing it's made from. There are natural materials, as we said before, and those are the materials that they come from natural resources like the plants, the animals, and the rocks. They are found in nature. Okay? And there are man-made materials which the man has entered in making them. That man has to do something to make those materials. So there are natural materials coming from natural resources, and there are man-made materials which the man has entered in making them. Also, we said that there is something called the property. The property is how the material looks and feels, right? Okay, we said that we are having 10 properties. We have finished 9 out of them. And finally, today we are going to explain the last one is the 10th one. Okay, quickly, I will revise with you the 9 and then we'll start the 10th one. First of all, the first property is shiny, shiny and dull. What does it mean by shiny? Shiny material, it's the material that reflects a lot of light. Okay, and dull is the material that reflects less light. For example, shiny like a gold coin, and the dull is like the wooden door. The second property is the rough and smooth. What does it mean by this? Rough material, it's the material that has uneven surface. It has ups and downs. When you put your hands on it, your hands will not be sliding. You will find your hands going up and down with this material. Okay? For example, like the car tire. Smooth material, it's the material that it's having an even surface. When you put your hands, your hands will be sliding. You will not find the ups and downs. It's like, for example, the mirror, the glass, all of those things. The third property is hard and soft. The hard, it's the material that it's difficult to scratch. Hard with D, difficult to scratch with D. Okay, so it's difficult to scratch it. The soft material, it's the material which is easy to scratch it. S and S, soft and easy. Okay? The fourth property is strong and weak. What does it mean by this? The strong material, it's the material which is difficult to be broken or difficult to break it. Like, for example, the t-shirt. What about the weak material? It's the material that it's easily to be broken or easily to break it. Like, for example, the glass. Okay, so those are the strong materials and the weak materials. The fifth property is the waterproof. What does it mean by this? That it's the material that is not letting the water to pass through them. Either the water will be kept outside or the water will be inside. Like the umbrella, it's protecting you from the rain outside. The plastic bottle, it's keeping the water inside. Both of them, they are not letting the water to pass through them, so they are waterproof materials. The opposite of it is the absorbent. What does it mean by this? It's a material that absorbs, takes the water inside, letting the water pass through them. Like what, for example? Like the socks. When you put the socks in the water, what happens to it? It absorbs, it takes the water inside it, right? So those are the waterproof materials and the absorbent materials. The sixth property is the transparent, translucent, and opaque. We said that transparent material, it's the material that it's letting the light, all of the light to pass through it. So you can see through them like the eyeglasses. Why you can see through the eyeglasses all of the things? Definitely. Why? Because the glass is letting the light to pass through it, so you can see everything because it's transparent material. What about the opposite of transparent is the opaque, like the wooden door. It's not letting the light to pass through it, so no one can see through it. You can't see someone behind or in front or anything behind or in front because it's an opaque material. It's made of an opaque material. Something in between is the translucent material. What does mean by this? It's letting the some of the light to pass through them, so you can't see clearly through them, like the plastic bag. You can see what's inside, but not clearly as the transparent. Okay, so it is called translucent material. The seventh property is the flexible and the rigid. What does mean by the flexible material? Which is easily to be bent, like for example the rubber ruler, for example. Okay, the rigid material which is difficult to be bent. So for example, like what? Like the glass, like the door. Okay, so all of those, they are the materials which they are difficult to be bent. The eighth property, which is the elastic and inelastic material. What does it mean by this? The elastic material, it's the material that can be stretched with you, like the rubber bands, for example. The inelastic material, it's the material which can't be stretched with you. For example, like the door. It's a material which can be stretched with you. Why? Because the door, it's made of wood, so the wood can't be stretched with you. Okay? The ninth property is the magnetic and the non-magnetic, and we have finished it in the lesson of the forces, and we are repeating it here. The magnetic materials, they are the materials that they are attracted to the magnet, that they will be stuck to the magnet, like what? Like the nickel, the iron, the cobalt, and the steel. Those are the materials that they are attracted to the magnet. The non-magnetic materials, those are the materials that they are not attracted to the magnet, other than those. Okay? The 10th property, we are going to finish it today, is the heat conductor and heat insulator. What does it mean by this? First of all, the heat conductor. Heat conductor is a material that is letting the heat to travel through them easily. When you touch it with your hands, you will find it's hot. When you will find that the heat is getting through them. Okay, and we are going to see it with the examples now. So it is conducting the heat. The heat is passed through them. That's why when you touch it with your hands, you will find it hot. What about the heat insulator? It is the material which is not letting the heat to travel or to pass through them easily. So when you touch it with your hands, you will not find it is hot. No, you will not find like this. So heat conductor, it's a material which is letting the heat to pass and travel through them. When you touch it, you will find it hot. Okay, and the heat insulator, it's a material which is not letting the heat to pass or travel through them easily. So when you touch it, you will not find it hot. Now are the examples. Okay, the nickel knife, heat conductor or insulator. If you put a knife on the oven, for example, okay, in the oven, what will happen? You will find it hot or you will not find it hot? Yes, you will find it. When you touch it with your hands, you will find it hot. So it's heat conductor or heat insulator? Heat conductor. What about the spoon? When you eat with the spoon, after you finish eating with it, you will find it a little bit hot or no? Yes, this means that it's what? Heat conductor. What about the rubber toy? If you put the rubber toy, for example, in a basin full of hot water, will it get hot easily? No, so it will be insulator. What about the wooden spoon? I think you saw your parents, she's cooking or he is cooking, your father, with a wooden spoon, right? Does this wooden spoon get heat through it? Or when you touch it with your hands, you will find it hot? Of course, no. That's why you are cooking with. So it will be insulator. Again, plastic, like the plastic toy. So it will be insulator. Silver coin. If you left some silver coins, for example, in the car, you will find it in the sun. You will find it hot. So this means is it heat conducting or insulating? Heat conductor. Yes. What about the kettle? If you tried one day, and please don't do it, to touch the kettle with your hands, okay? If you want to do it, just do it quickly. It will be what? You will find the kettle, it's very hot. That's why it will be heat conductor. What about the aluminum foil? It will be what? Conductor also. Okay. What about the string? It will be what? It will be insulator. Of course, it will not be hot if you put it in hot water. What about the keys? Again, the keys, they are like the silver coins. If you left it in your car in the sun, they will be what? They will be hot. So it is heat conductor. What about the teddy bear? Is it heat conductor? If you put it, for example, in hot water, it will be getting hot and it will conduct the heat? No, it will be insulator. What about the gold ring? Also, you can keep, for example, that gold ring in the car in the sun. It will be like the silver coin and it will be like the keys. So it will be heat conductor. Yes. What about the glass? Conductor or insulator? What do you think? Yes, it's insulator. When you touch the glass in the beginning of the hot things, okay, it's getting hot, but after a while it keeps the things hot inside it, and then it will not be hot, so you can hold it with your hands, right? Okay. What about the rubber tire? Heat conductor or insulator? When you are inside the car, you will find the heat it's getting up to you inside the car because of the rubber tires moving on the ground. No, so they are heat insulator. Okay, now we are going to come to solve the last pages in your resource packs. Okay, it's about the insulator and the conductor. So again, the heat conductor, it is the material which is conducting, which is letting the heat to pass or travel through them. When you touch it with your hands, you will find it very hot. What does it mean by insulator or heat insulator? It's the material that is not letting the heat to travel through them. Okay? The first thing is the coat. Insulator, of course, it's keeping the heat inside you, right? In the cold weather in winter, when you are wearing the coat, you are feeling what? You are feeling warm. Why? Because this coat is not letting the warmth or the heat to pass from you to outside. So it's keeping the warmth inside you. That's why it's insulator. It doesn't let the heat to pass from inside to outside, right? Okay, what about the frying pan? Okay, it will be, yes, conductor. If you touch it, you will find it very hot. What about the wooden door? Insulator, of course. If you touch it, you will not find it hot. What about the hat or the ice cap? Insulator. Yes, it's like the coat. Why you wear it in winter? To keep the warmth inside you. Conductor. It's the grill which is conductor. Yes. Again, sweatshirt. Yes, insulator. It's like the coat. Again, pan or any cooking utensil. Conductor. Yes, the gloves. Insulator. It's like the ice cap and like the coat. What about the lamp? I want to tell you something very important about the lamp. The glass part of the lamp is insulator, but the metal part which is down, it will be conductor. Again, the glass part of the bulb, it will be insulator. the metal part down of the bulb, it will be conductor. If you wrote anything of them, I will consider both of them correct. Okay? Okay, what about the blanket? It will be insulator. Slippers. Insulator. Yes, kettle. We said before conductor. Okay? This is page 56. Now we are going to go to page 57. Okay. Here is in question 1, we are going to write the opposite of each material property. Okay, letter A, waterproof. The opposite of it is absorbent, strong, weak. C, shiny, dull. D, smooth, rough. E, hard. The opposite of hard is soft, transparent, opaque. Don't tell me translucent. Translucent is the middle thing between the transparent and the opaque. Transparent is the opposite of opaque. Opaque is the opposite of transparent. Okay? Question number 2. We are going to choose the word beside its meaning. Okay? So it's like the scientific term. Okay, letter A. Materials that let some light to pass through them. They are called translucent, some light. Letter B. Materials that don't let water pass through. Waterproof. C. Materials that you can't see through them. Opaque. D. Materials that they are easy to be broken or to break it. Yes, they are weak. Okay. E. Materials that they are difficult to scratch. Hard materials. Remember the D and the Z. F is the material which is easy to be scratched. Soft material. S and S. G. Materials that have even surface. Smooth. Yes. H. Materials that reflect a lot of light. It will be shiny material. Yes. Question number 3, it's like the last question. You are going to write the property beside its meaning, okay, or its description. Letter A. Materials that can't or are difficult to be scratched, so they will be also hard materials. B. Materials that don't reflect the light. Dull materials, excellent. C. Materials that they are easy to scratch. It was like the one before. Soft material. D. Materials that don't let water pass through. Waterproof. E. Materials that let light to pass through. Transparent material. F. Materials attracted to the magnets. Magnetic materials. G. Materials that they are difficult to be bent. Rigid or stiff. Yes. H. Materials that don't allow heat travel through them. Heat, it will be insulator. Okay? Okay, page 60. This will be homework. Okay, again, you will see the pictures and you will write under each picture whether it's made of wood or wool. Okay, wood or wool. The hat, it will be made of wool. The table, wood. Scarf, wool. Chair, wood. Jumper, wool. Chopping board, wood. Socks, wool. Door, wood. The hammer, wood. Okay? Okay, page 61, we are going to solve it now. Okay. In each question, he is saying to you a sentence, and then we are going to answer whether it is the first box, the first answer, or the second one. Letter A. I'm usually hard and strong. Who am I? Which is the thing which is hard and strong? Is it the wood or the wool? It will be the wood. The wood is hard and strong. Letter B. I'm usually soft and flexible. Which one is the soft and the flexible? The glass or the rubber? The rubber is flexible, of course, and soft. C. I'm usually stiff and smooth. Stiff means rigid. Is it the ceramic? Is it the rubber? Is it the cotton? Stiff and smooth. Yes, the ceramic. Letter D. I'm usually strong and flexible. Plastic or glass? Plastic, you can do shapes with the glass, right? Or with the plastic? No, with the plastic, you can do shapes with the plastic. It's flexible, more flexible than the glass, of course. Okay. Letter E. I'm usually hard, weak, and stiff. Hard, weak, and stiff. Is it the metal, the wood, or the glass? It will be the glass. The glass is hard, it's weak because it can be easily broken, and stiff because it's rigid. Okay, it's not easily to be bent. Now we'll come to page 62 in your resource pack. Okay, those are some materials, okay, some pictures, and this is the description of each one. Okay, so for example, the ceramic vase. What do you think? Which one of them? Shall I read it for you? I will read it with you, and then we will choose. Okay, number one is done. Number 2, this material is see-through. It breaks easily. Number 3, this material is soft and feels hairy. 4, this material is shiny and hard. It's not see-through. It breaks easily. 5, this material is hard and rough. It's heavy and strong. 6, this material is soft and bouncy. Okay, what do you think? Letter B, the ceramic vase. It will be which one of them? It will be shiny and hard. You cannot see through them and also it breaks easily. Okay, letter C, the glass bottle. What do you think? Which one of them? It will be number 2. You can see through the glass bottle, but it breaks easily. Okay, letter D, the rubber ball. It will be number 6. This material is soft and bouncy. Okay, letter E, the wool rug. It will be, yes, it will be soft and feels hairy. Okay, the last one, stone for building. It will be hard and rough. It is heavy and strong. Okay, okay, this is the last page. It will be also homework. So you're having homework page 60 and 63. What are you going to do in this page? Here you are having a lot of words. You are going to circle the properties of the materials. You will see each word and you will see if it is from the properties of the materials or no. Of course, if you find the property and its opposite one, you will circle both of them. Okay? Thank you so much and have a nice day.